While the average fisherman normally ice fishes with one hole, I, Justcastin, like to use my brain and fish with 6 or 7 holes, or 8 or 9, or maybe let's just say I drilled 100 holes. Alright, so it's another cold day here in Wisconsin, and we are on the infamous private pond that we go to pretty much every year and try to do crazy stuff with it. This year, I was thinking something crazy. We have never caught a fish on this side of the pond. We're just gonna cover this pond with holes, probably every 10 feet or so, and we're just gonna fish every single hole until we catch a fish. Hopefully we can get on some nice bass. I know there's some pretty big bass here. I think I caught, the biggest bass I caught out of here was probably 4 to 5 pounds. So hopefully we can hook up on that guy, but let's start drilling. Battery died. No. All right, the drill just officially died. It took us 2 whole batteries to get this whole thing done. But let's start fishing. All right, so this honestly went by a lot faster than I thought it would. We drilled 100 holes, and I wish our drone could have gotten a little bit higher up to see the whole pond, but we started to lose signal and it was really windy, so I did not want to risk it. See how good artificial is. What's on this pocket? Nothing. Put our gloves away. On to the next hole. Should probably reel in. No fish on cam, so we'll jig it down there for a little bit. Here we go. Got him. Little one, dude. Literally a bitty bluegill. He just absolutely hammered that. First fish on hole 2. That's how long it took us. Beautiful color though. Look at that. Oh. It's a perfect bait bluegill too. See you later, buddy. Let's drop back in and see if we can get anything else. Oh, there's a guy still looking. He's just waiting for the next drop. I don't know if you guys can really see right there. I'm not using the camera that you can record with, or the underwater camera you could record with, so. Oh, I was not ready for that. He's just waiting there though. So many bluegill on cam. Another one. This one's a little bit bigger. Another one on the cam. Yeah, this one's nice. Beautiful color. A little bit bigger. Get back in the hole. We got more holes to hit. Dude, they're just sitting down there waiting. I've never had this happen before at this pond, dude. I've never caught a fish on this side. That side, I've caught so many fish. Bass, catfish, so many bluegill. This side I've never caught anything, but I've also never fished this close to the shore over here. Dude, they're just absolutely going for it. Oh. It'd be nice if we can get something other than bluegill. Another one decent size. But I got a very strong feeling we're gonna be catching a lot of bluegill today. There it goes. Drop down again.
I'm seeing some big fish down there. I can't tell if it's bluegill or if it's a bass lurking. But there's a decent fish down there. Another one. Oh, holy smoly, dude. Oh my gosh, that thing's huge. Holy, that's the biggest bluegill I think I've ever caught out of here. It's starting to get cold, but there we go. That is a nice bluegill. Holy. Not the biggest, but we'll go to the next hole. Well, if you're big on ice fishing for bluegill, I think I found your guys' spot. It seems like we're getting deeper the further left we go by the looks of it. It's kind of what I'm seeing. Try to think next hole, get nothing. Okay. That was something. We'll drop further down there just to... Oh, that always gets me. Alright, that's enough for this hole. Absolutely nothing. Looks like we kind of find a hot spot back over there to our right. The first couple of holes. Let's skip some. See if we're working with anything in this corner. Yeah, it's real murky. I guess we'll drop down and see if we can feel anything hit. Yeah, something going for it. Maybe a bluegill. Couple bluegill. Super small though. I probably look like a freak. I'm on all fours looking at this camera. He ate that off the bottom, dude. Not a big one, but he still ate it off the bottom. I didn't realize I was already at the bottom. I just saw him swimming down. I saw my lure. He was barely even hooked. Jeez. All right, let's get that big guy we saw. I did see a big guy down there when I was trying to get my line down. I'm sticking to the ice. Along the line we go. I can't wait to get to the middle of this pond and we can see how deep it is. I know it gets really deep, like 30 feet, but I want to see what lurks at the bottom. I was gonna say it can't be that. Come on, eat it. Eat it all. There we go. A decent one. Not too bad. He ate our worm for sure though, that's the thing. Got to eat the worm. Oh, maybe not. Barely hooked. Okay. All these fish are like the perfect purple gradient. It's just very nice. There's one coming in. Oh yeah. He just went up and ate it. He had no regret, dude. This guy just did not care. Yeah, he literally choked it, dude. Literally choked it. So hard to do with gloves on. Damn, he really wants it. Another decent one. Still have a little piece of worm left. We're gonna go to the next hole though. Now that we're actually catching fish over here, my thought process is maybe we can stop catching bluegill. That's kind of hard to do with a jig this small. Hopefully one of these holes up here have something for us. Maybe right here. Okay, so surprisingly nothing over here. Seems like a lot of our fish are coming from the right side and further out. We haven't checked this side yet. We're gonna check this side and then we're gonna start heading in the middle and seeing what's in the depths of this pond. No sign of fish whatsoever. Let's drop it in, see if we can lure anything. If not, this side is not looking too hot. Okay, yeah. This side right here, from my left to my right, seems way too sandy so far, to where I'm assuming there's going to be no fish. Because that means no protection for them from the evil monsters that live in here. And then we're going to start hitting out all of these middle spots, dude. We have so many. What is that? Is that dead or is it sleeping? You guys see that on camera? Let's go wake him up. Hey buddy, wake up. Wake up. Oh, I think it's dead. I don't know if you guys can see that bluegill. Pounding the sand next to him. Wake up, buddy. Yeah. He must be dead. Can't imagine why else he wouldn't be moving when we pound the sand right next to him. There's a good amount of bass in here, and we don't seem to see a single one of those. All we're seeing is bluegill. I know there's not much crappie in here, but And we know they like their depth. So maybe they're in the deep. Carp, I don't know where the heck they go for ice fishing. I know there's about 50-pound plus carp in here. Anywhere from 50 to 100-pound carp in here. Nobody carp fishes this pond, so they just get absolutely ginormous. Let's try dropping a lure down. It's really not as deep as I thought it was, unless we're really not in the middle yet. This is crazy, dude. I guess there's maybe wrong place, wrong time. Because we have not seen a single bass or pike or catfish or carp. Literally nothing, dude. Or crappie, perch. They're the whole shebangs in here. And all we're seeing is bluegill. If I have a booger, I gotta make sure to edit this out. I don't know if I can't see through the camera lens. It's very small. If I got a booger, edit it out. All right, I think that's gonna do it for this video, guys. We spent 2 hours drilling all of these holes and 3 hours fishing them. And we only caught bluegill. We caught a pretty big one, I'm not gonna lie. That's the biggest bluegill I think I've ever caught out of this pond. I don't really fish it much, but there could be some monsters hidden in here. I'm just surprised that we dropped the camera. All right, well, at least we know we're making ice with it all cracking like that. But we dropped the camera in pretty much every single hole. All we saw was bluegill. Surprised we didn't see any bass. This spot right over here, this corner, it's just loaded with bass in the summer. I caught a 4-pounder, 4 to 5-pounder, right in this corner, right here, right in this weed bed with a wacky rig. And then we've caught pike all along here, but just absolutely nothing today. Only bluegill. We checked the depths. It's kind of hard to see because it's so deep, but nothing there. I just want to see where these bass and pike and carp and perch, all these fish, I want to see where they're hiding from us, if they're just completely avoiding us or what. But this is crazy, dude. Just like seeing all of these holes on this pond. Took me like what, an hour and a half, 2 hours to do all this. I forgot what I said. There's like 90 something holes. I really wish we did bring live bait for tip-ups, because tip-ups probably would have caught the pike or the bass, because they're not going for those little jigs just like what the bluegill are going for. So if you guys want to see me do this again, do it somewhere else, or do a different type of challenge or whatever you want to call this, make sure you drop in the comments and let me know what you want me to do next. But I think coming back out here doing this, dropping a bunch of tip-ups, make sure you leave that in the comments, because I feel like we could catch a decent amount of bass or pike on tip-ups here. But my wrist is really hurting from drilling all these holes. I didn't have the handle on the auger, so my wrist is killing me. But if you guys did enjoy this video, make sure you leave a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one.